women make up just 10% of the CEO roles in the Fortune 500. Hard to believe in 2024, but still a fact. I assume those numbers are probably not too dissimilar outside the Fortune 500. If you expanded to the, 1,000, if you expanded the private sector, maybe they change a couple percentage points, but probably not a lot. You are the first female president and CEO in DeVry's 93-year history. What does that mean to you?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I'm incredibly humbled by the fact that I've been able to work with leaders who saw something in me and believed in my ability to get to a role like the CEO of DeVry University. And what it means, it's a lot of weight on my shoulders, to be honest with you, James, because I understand that statistic, it's sad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sad. And, while we've made movement, Fortune 500, or even just in general, in the C-suite, let alone CEO, it's not enough. And I am so happy to be talking about this. I'm so glad you asked this question because we are day one of Women's History Month.
Yes, day one, right here.
So, and look, like it means that I need to give back. I did a keynote this week, and I talked about 3 sort of things, guiding principles in my career. And I'll unpack the last one. It's lift as you climb. Now, what that means to me is I got to this role. I had excellent sponsors. I had excellent mentors, you being one of them, James.
Thank you.
The fortune of working with people who believed in me. I want to give back. I want to be a person that believes in others and lift as I climb. The number of female CEOs in Fortune 500 companies is again, it's been reaching record highs in recent years, but still an incredibly small fraction of the total.
That's right.
In this milestone that, everybody says, oh, wow, you broke a glass ceiling. You're such an inspiration. I want to take that and use it for good.
Absolutely.
I want to continue to tell my story and tell people, I started on the front lines. I started on the bottom of the organization. And I climbed my way up, and I want to share my story. I want to inspire people, and I want to lift as I climb. That's what that means to me.
That's good.
And
that's good.
I bloomed where I was planted. That's another guiding principle. Many people think about what's next.
Yeah, that's good.
And I didn't bother doing that. I just want to do very well in the role that I was in at the time, and that served me well. But it doesn't always serve everyone. So you need sponsors, you need mentors. I want to give back and be one.
No, that's good. And I think what you said is really important. One, we both share that love for that quote, that an education is something that can't be taken away from you. I say it often. Sometimes people just do the dog turn. What do you mean by that? And great, let's have the conversation. But the second thing is the journey from admissions representative to CEO. So in people's mind, it's easy to say, okay, clearly there was a journey. Clearly this took some time. This didn't happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years. And so we could probably spend time going through I always call it like the squiggly line of what that looked like. But what I would ask you is, are there a few moments or experiences that come to mind when I say this was transformative in my journey? Are there a few moments that come to mind or experiences?
There are. So I'll say my success can be attributed to several factors, but it fundamentally begins with the mindset that I shared at Bloom Where You're Planted early in my career. Again, advice now that I pass on to my mentees, and I continue to emphasize the importance of that. This approach served me well. Since 2007, James, I've been provided opportunities for advancement, and they've come to me. So it highlights the value of focusing on, being in the present and blooming where you're planted. It can truly pave the way for future success. But a turning point in my career was in 2013. I actually opted to tackle a challenging assignment that others at my level were super hesitant to take on. And I moved away from a team I had built to lead a significant transformation of a large operation, a task that had previously many have failed in leading this part of the organization. It had daunting challenges. It was ripe with opportunity for transformation and growth. And a lot of people are like, I'm cool in my little bubble. Like, I don't want to take that on. I'm good. I don't see the value in that. And I approached the situation in 2013 not with blind optimism. So please do not think that I was scared.
Yes.
But I also was determined. I was fully aware of the potential pitfalls that this role could lead to. But I was confident, and I told myself, if I'm not going to take a challenging assignment on now, then when?
Yeah.
So that experience was incredibly transformative because I took something on that nobody wanted to take on, that many have failed taking on, and I jumped right in. And I wouldn't say it's easy. It took a while to transform the operation, but we started maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years in to really turn the corner.
Yeah, that's good.
Bringing better leadership in, really emphasizing the importance of coaching and development, inspiring your team and not just asking. And we're not making widgets here. We're inspiring other people to get an education, to pursue their educational journeys. So we have to motivate our teams to motivate others.
Absolutely.
And so the key to navigating this challenge was not to dive headfirst into rebuilding this team, but my mindset, which served me well, because since then I've taken on other roles that were in need of transformation or a rebuild. And my mindset was understand the nuances and the intricacies of what we needed to endure and whom I could trust and collaborate with within the organization to help me, because transformations are never a solo endeavor.
That's right.
You need a team. So I formed a coalition of reliable partners. I focused on fostering a collaborative environment. I emphasized the importance of building and uniting a team with a shared vision. And let me tell you that throughout this journey, I learned the importance of humility and patience. And so I think that was a really pivotal moment in my career, because I learned that Rome wasn't built in a day, but they were layering bricks every single hour. So
that's good.
It was a point in my career that really illustrated the value of consistent and gradual progress.
That's good.
And I reflect on that point, and that was a turning point, which I think really did pave the way for me to become the president and CEO.